She was once a feared gangster, but fate gave her another chance. In a world where every moment is borrowed, she found something she never expected. Love. But what happens when that love is tied to a destiny that can never be hers? The rain fell heavy that night. Olivia Carter, a woman who had lived her whole life in violence, stared at the city lights with regret. At 32, she was tired. Tired of running, tired of fighting, tired of being called a gangster. Then she saw her. A fragile high school girl, Emma Moore, standing on the edge of the rooftop. Soaked, trembling, ready to end it all. "Kid, don't do it!" Olivia shouted, sprinting forward. But in a blinding flash, a slip, a scream, and silence. When Olivia opened her eyes, she was no longer herself. She was inside Emma's body, now trapped in a teenager's world of classrooms, uniforms, and merciless bullies. Olivia must live again, only this time she swore she wouldn't waste the chance. The moment she raised her head in class, all eyes turned to her. Madison Clark, the perfect student council president, looked straight at her. Their gazes met. Madison frowned. "Emma, what happened to you?" For the first time, Olivia smirked through Emma's lips. "Let's just say, I'm not the Emma you used to know." The cafeteria was loud as usual. Laughter, trays clattering, whispers. But when Emma Moore walked in, silence slowly fell. Everyone expected the timid girl to lower her head, clutch her books, and rush past. But today, she didn't. Olivia, inside Emma's body, strode with her shoulders squared. Every step radiated confidence, something Emma never had. From across the room, Vanessa Brooks smirked. Well, look who suddenly thinks she's someone." Her friends giggled. They expected Emma to flinch. Instead, Olivia set down her tray right at Vanessa's table. "You've had your fun long enough," Olivia said, voice steady, eyes sharp. "Try me again and you'll regret it." The whole cafeteria gasped. Emma Moore had never talked back before. Vanessa froze, stunned by the audacity, but forced a laugh. "What's this, a makeover? You think a new attitude will make you less pathetic?" Olivia leaned in closer, whispering just loud enough for Vanessa's friends to hear. "You wouldn't last 5 minutes outside this school without Daddy's money. Remember that." Vanessa's smile faltered. From the other side, Madison Clark, the student council president, watched carefully. Emma had always been weak, fragile. But this Emma was different, fierce, almost dangerous. Later that day, Madison caught her by the lockers. "Emma, what happened to you?" Madison asked, eyes narrowed with concern. Olivia smirked. "Let's just say I'm done being your school's punching bag." Madison studied her, suspicious but intrigued. "That's not the Emma I know." Olivia paused, softening for a moment. "Maybe the Emma you knew is gone." Madison didn't reply. She only stared, a strange mix of worry and curiosity crossing her face. For the first time, she couldn't look away from Emma Moore. The classroom buzzed as the teacher stepped out for a meeting. Notes were half written, papers scattered. But Olivia, trapped in Emma's body, wasn't focused on the lesson. She was watching Madison Clark. The girl was perfect, posture straight, uniform crisp, her pen moving neatly across the page. Student council president, top of her class, admired by everyone. She was the kind of girl Olivia once thought only existed in a different world. But then she noticed something. Madison's hand trembled slightly as she wrote. Her smile was too practiced, too heavy. Olivia knew that mask all too well. She wore the same one for years in her gangster days. Suddenly the door slammed open. Vanessa Brooks and her crew strolled in, smirking. "Teacher's gone," Vanessa announced, "so let's have some fun." The tension in the room thickened. Everyone avoided eye contact, except Olivia. "Back off, Vanessa," Olivia said calmly, not even looking up. Vanessa raised a brow. "Excuse me?" Olivia stood, stepping between Vanessa and Madison. "You heard me. Don't even think about it." Gasps echoed. Emma Moore had never defended anyone, not even herself. Madison's eyes widened. "Emma," but Olivia cut her off, eyes locked on Vanessa. "If you've got a problem, try picking on someone who'll fight back." Vanessa's face twisted with anger. For a moment, she considered pushing, but something in Olivia's stare stopped her cold. There was danger in those eyes, the kind only someone who'd lived through wars of fists and blood could carry. "Whatever," Vanessa scoffed, forcing a laugh. "Let's go, girls." She stormed out, but not without a final glare. The classroom exhaled in relief. Madison, however, remained frozen. She turned slowly toward Olivia. "That wasn't you," Madison whispered. Olivia smirked, her voice low. "Maybe you never really knew me." For the first time, Madison didn't know what to say. She just stared at Emma. No, this Emma, and felt her heart race in a way she couldn't explain. The next day, whispers spread fast. "Did you see Emma yesterday?" She stood up to Vanessa. "She's different." Olivia ignored the stares. She'd had worse eyes on her before. Police, rival gangs, enemies with knives in the dark. This, child's play. Still, it was strange feeling all those high schoolers' gazes on her in admiration instead of fear. At lunch, Madison found her sitting alone under a tree. Olivia was halfway through a sandwich when Madison sat down beside her without asking. "You scared Vanessa off." Olivia raised an eyebrow. "You say that like it's a bad thing." "No, it's just..." Madison's voice softened. Emma never looked anyone in the eye. "Yesterday you looked like you'd been through hell." Olivia smirked. "Maybe I have." For a moment, silence stretched. The breeze lifted Madison's hair, and Olivia caught herself staring too long. She quickly looked away, pretending to chew. "You don't owe me answers," Madison said finally, her tone gentler. "But thank you for standing up for me." Olivia froze. When was the last time someone thanked me? She wondered. Suddenly, a tray crashed onto the ground. Vanessa stood nearby, arms crossed, glaring. "Well, isn't this sweet?" Emma Moore and the princess of the school having lunch together. Madison's jaw tightened, but Olivia stood up calmly, brushing crumbs off her skirt. "You really can't take a hint, can you?" Vanessa smirked. "What's your deal, Emma? New meds? Or are you just pretending so people will like you?" Olivia's smile was sharp, dangerous. She stepped closer, her voice dropping low enough for only Vanessa to hear. "You keep pushing me, Vanessa, and you'll find out exactly who I am. And trust me." She leaned in, her eyes cold. "You don't want that." Vanessa's face paled, but she quickly masked it with a scoff. "Freak." She walked off, but her hands trembled. When Olivia turned back, Madison was staring at her again, this time with something different in her eyes. Not fear, not suspicion. Something softer. "You're not the Emma I knew," Madison whispered. Olivia smirked, but her chest tightened in a way she didn't expect. Maybe that's a good thing. For the first time, Madison smiled. An unguarded, genuine smile. And Olivia, the ex-gangster who had faced death without blinking, felt her heartbeat stutter. The school announced a history project, group work. The teacher, with her usual sharp smile, paired students randomly. Emma Moore, Madison Clark. Gasps rippled across the classroom. The shy, bullied girl with the perfect council president? The pairing didn't make sense, at least not to everyone else. But Olivia only leaned back in her chair, amused. Guess luck's finally on my side. That afternoon they met in the library. Madison had already spread out books and notes, her handwriting neat and flawless. Olivia dropped into the seat across from her, arms crossed. "You always this." "Prepared?" Olivia asked, smirking. Madison didn't look up. "Not everyone wings it through life, Emma." "Olivia," she almost blurted, then caught herself. "I mean, maybe you should try it sometime." Madison glanced at her, eyes narrowing, then softening. "You're different lately, bolder. It's distracting." Olivia chuckled low. "Distracting, huh? Didn't know I had that effect on you." Madison's cheeks turned pink. "I didn't mean it like that." They worked in silence after that, though Olivia kept stealing glances. Madison was beautiful when she was serious, her brows furrowed, her lips pressed in concentration. For someone who once lived in a world of knives and alleyway deals, this quiet moment felt dangerously peaceful. Halfway through, Madison's pencil slipped from her hand and rolled to Olivia's side. She reached out at the same time Olivia did. Their fingers brushed. Both froze. Olivia pulled back instantly, her heart slamming in her chest. Madison stared at her, eyes wide, breath caught like the world had stopped. For a second, neither spoke. Then Madison looked away, tucking her hair behind her ear. "We should finish this chapter." Olivia leaned back, smirking to hide the storm inside her. "Sure, but you're blushing, President." Madison glared, but her lips curved slightly, betraying her. And just like that, Olivia realized something terrifying. She wasn't just protecting this girl. She was falling for her. The hallway between classes was always chaos. Students shouting, lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking on the floor. But today the noise cut sharper than usual. Vanessa Brooks and her crew had cornered Olivia. "Thought you could play hero, Emma?" Vanessa sneered, grabbing a notebook from Olivia's hands and tossing it to the floor. "Newsflash, you're still nothing." Madison's charity case. Snickers echoed from the bystanders. Olivia didn't flinch. Instead, she calmly bent down, picked up the notebook, and dusted it off. "Cute speech," Olivia said smoothly. "But you're boring me." That only made Vanessa angrier. She shoved Olivia against the lockers, her hand fisted in Olivia's collar. Gasps filled the hall. Then, "Stop!" Madison's voice cut through the air like a blade. She pushed through the crowd, eyes blazing. "Vanessa, let her go." Vanessa blinked. "Excuse me? You're defending her?" "Yes," Madison snapped. Emma's braver than you'll ever be. At least she doesn't hide behind her little pack of cowards." The hallway went silent. Madison had never raised her voice like that before. Vanessa's smirk faltered, but she let go, masking her retreat with a laugh. "Wow, guess the Ice Queen melts for losers now. How cute." She stalked off, her followers trailing nervously. Madison turned to Olivia, her face softening immediately. "Are you okay?" Olivia straightened her collar, her usual smirk tugging at her lips. "I've had worse, but thanks for stepping in, President." Madison shook her head. "You don't get it. People don't usually stand up to Vanessa. They're afraid." She paused, lowering her voice. "But so am I until you—" Their eyes locked, the hallway buzzing with whispers around them. For a moment, Olivia forgot she was supposed to be hiding in Emma's skin. She forgot she was a gangster, or that this wasn't her life. It was just Madison. Close, brave, beautiful, and it scared Olivia more than any fight ever had. The school day dragged on, but Olivia felt the weight of Madison's eyes on her every class. It wasn't suspicion exactly, more like curiosity she couldn't shake. When the last bell rang, Madison caught her by the wrist. "Come with me." Olivia arched a brow. Bossy. "Just come," Madison insisted, pulling her along. They climbed the stairwell to the rooftop. The late afternoon sky was streaked in orange and pink, the city humming faintly below. Madison dropped her bag against the wall and sat. Olivia leaned on the railing, hands in her pockets, pretending she wasn't watching the way the sunlight painted Madison's face. "You're not the same," Madison said quietly. Olivia tensed. "What do you mean?" "The Emma I knew avoided people. She never fought back. She never looked me in the eye." Madison's gaze locked onto hers. "But you carry yourself like someone who's lived 100 lives." Olivia smirked, masking the ache in her chest. "Maybe I just got tired of being weak." Madison shook her head, smiling faintly. "No, it's more than that. You're stronger, wiser, and sometimes it feels like—" She trailed off. "Feels like what?" Olivia asked, her voice low. Madison's cheeks flushed. She looked away, fiddling with her fingers. "Like you're not Emma at all." The words hit like a punch. Olivia's heart stuttered, her smirk faltering for the first time. She forced a laugh. Maybe people change when they're pushed too far. Madison studied her for a long moment, then sighed. "Maybe." She leaned back against the wall, eyes on the sky. "Whoever you are right now, I like this version." Olivia froze. No one had ever said something like that to her. Not in her old life, not in this one. For once, she didn't know how to respond, so she just sat beside Madison, letting the silence stretch, the unspoken words between them louder than anything. For the first time since waking up in this borrowed body, Olivia felt something dangerous. Not fear, not regret, hope. The rooftop moment stayed with Olivia long after the sun went down. She told herself it was nothing, just a schoolgirl crush, a fleeting warmth she shouldn't even allow herself. But every time Madison's smile flashed in her mind, she felt her chest tighten in a way she couldn't ignore. The next day, during PE, Olivia caught herself staring again. Madison was tying her hair, strands falling against her cheek. For a gangster who once stared down knives and guns, it was ridiculous how nervous Olivia felt just watching her. "Eyes front, Emma," Madison teased suddenly, catching her. Olivia nearly choked on air. But before she could fire back, a commotion broke out at the edge of the gym. A couple of senior boys had cornered a smaller student, shoving him against the wall. Something in Olivia snapped. She stormed over, grabbing one of the boys by the collar and slamming him against the bleachers. Gasps filled the gym. "Pick on someone your own size," Olivia growled. The boy's friends froze because her eyes didn't look like Emma Moore's. They looked like a predator's. Madison ran over, grabbing Olivia's wrist. "Emma, stop. You're hurting him." For a moment, Olivia didn't hear her. Her old instincts. Signs had been coming for days. The headaches. The flashes of another world. The sound of cars speeding. The smell of blood. The sting of fists. Olivia knew it was happening. Her time in Emma's body was running out. But she couldn't leave without telling Madison the truth. They met on the rooftop one last time, the sky painted with stars. Madison leaned against the railing, her expression torn between anger and longing. "You've been hiding something from me," Madison said softly. "I want to know who you really are." Olivia took a deep breath. "No more lies. I'm not Emma, not the one you knew. I'm someone else, someone who's lived a life full of mistakes. I don't belong here, but for some reason I was given this chance." Madison's breath caught. "Then who are you?" Olivia stepped closer, her voice trembling. "Someone who never believed in second chances. Until I met you." Madison's eyes glistened. "Why does it sound like you're saying goodbye?" The pain in Olivia's head sharpened. She staggered, clutching the railing. Madison caught her, panic rising. "Emma, no. Olivia." Olivia cupped Madison's face with trembling hands. "Listen to me. I don't know how much time I have left, but if I disappear tomorrow, remember this." And she kissed her. Desperate, gentle, final. When they pulled apart, tears streaked Madison's cheeks. "Don't go, please." Olivia smiled, though her vision blurred. "If I could stay, I would. But at least now, I know what love feels like." Her strength gave out. Madison held her tight, whispering her name again and again. But when Olivia opened her eyes, they were Emma's, confused, frightened, empty of the fire Madison had grown to love. Madison's heart shattered. She hugged Emma tightly, but deep down she knew Olivia was gone. The girl she loved had never truly belonged to this world. Love isn't always about forever. Sometimes it's about the brief moments that change us. The kind of love that arrives like a storm, fierce, unforgettable, and then disappears, leaving only echoes in the heart. Olivia may have vanished, but the courage she left behind lives on in Madison, because even if their time was borrowed, their love was real.